Playboy, you made that beat.
One. We are back at it again. It's a Sunday, a fun day. I'm your boy E Tally with
This is Mike Daniel Jr. supporting that Super Sports Media and highlighting our superstars of San Antonio.
My name is Bilyeu. I'm from O'Connor High School, and I'm class of 2026.
Good
you're only a
morning.
class of 2026, Ethan.
Yes, sir.
Holy shnikes. I swore you
Tommy
were
boy.
25.
No, sir.
So remember that camp I'm sorry, Mike. He just blew my mind because I didn't talk to him prior to really. Um, so when I saw you at that one camp, you were highlighted at. I kind of mentioned your name. I thought you were graduating this year, like this year, 2025.
No, sir. No.
Oh man, you are definitely on our watch list. You one of them high guys on the watch list too. Okay, go ahead,
E,
Mike. I'm sorry. I'm
why
sorry, man.
why
I'm
do you
sorry.
think I'm so excited about, why do you think I've been so excited about the future of O'Connor? Because there's E that's there, Caleb who's down right now. Then my big fella, like the towers, like they truly getting ready. Coach Wasco's about to have a twin tower setting. That's what I've been trying to tell you.
A twin towers that can shoot the ball too.
That can versatile. Like
Yes.
that's why I wanted to get the both. It's exciting. I got his other twin tower coming up in a minute. So yeah, but we got to take care of E
Yeah.
right now, man.
All right, let's
So
go. Let's
you
do it.
ready?
Let's do it.
All right, E on the court. Besides putting points on the board, what do you see as your biggest contribution to the team's success? And what did you do this offseason to prepare for this?
My biggest contributor would probably be a defensive anchor. This entire offseason, I was been able to go out there, go against like really good teams, and be able to show what I can do defensively. Like we went against JL3 Elite. They had this pretty tall dude. He was like 6'10", and I held him pretty well. Like he maybe had 6 points on me, and that was like one of our first tournaments in the entire season. And I only got to like grow off of that. So I've been taking a lot of pride in my defense lately because there has to be one guy in the paint, not being able to let quick drives going in, no layups going up. So that's been my main like contributor besides points.
Hey, and then I got to watch a few of your games, and I love how you learn just how long you are and just how effective your length is. You might not get all the shot blocks, but just using that length to deter shots is just as beneficial as a shot block. And I saw you using that, keeping yourself out of foul trouble and being in effect, like you said, being that anchor for your team. So I'm excited to see it this upcoming season as well, man. Go ahead, E.
Hey, real quick, little off note. Who is your AAU team? Because you said you played JL3. I know you did not do that with O'Connor. So who's your AAU team, Ethan?
It was HD Toros with
So
Coach
can we
Lou.
give a shout out to HD Toros and Coach Lou and his program over there. Again, another Toro that we have on the show that shows what contribution that the HD Toros are doing to the city and doing for the city. And again, I love what you guys are doing over there. Keep doing what you're doing. Go ahead, Ethan. And I'm next on the question, so I apologize. I just want to make sure I gave you a shout out to your club. All right,
Gotcha.
off the court, how do you balance your dedication to basketball and your class and your academics? How do you balance all that?
Main way of balancing is I make sure to get all my academics first because our coach always tells us like we're a student athlete. We have to make sure we get our student part done first. So I make sure to get all my grades in like before it's even due. Like I like to get all that done out the way with so I don't gotta worry. So I have more time to focus on my basketball stuff. And then my social life, it kind of blends in with my basketball life because the majority of my friends I've met through basketball. So like we kind of just go around hoop for fun. Like that's my enjoyment personally. So that's my main way of like mixing it all together.
And I think you do a good job at that. I'm sound like it. So, hey, I love it. I love it. Go ahead, Mike.
So this past spring and summer, man, again, shout out to Lou and the young men that he's grooming. You had tremendous success this spring and this summer. You were getting recognition and notice, right?
Yes,
What
sir.
did receiving all of that recognition, what did it feel like? How did you handle that recognition, E?
Honestly, it felt great because going into that season or off season, I wasn't feeling too hot. I changed my entire jump shot. Like I went through a lot of building blocks the entire summer, and I was really pushing myself. And I didn't see too much in the beginning, but I just kept working through it. And when I finally saw myself on like the Gasso's next gen or whatever it was, like it felt great. Like I really thought like all the work I was putting in was finally showing for something. Like it wasn't just me going to the gym and just putting up shots. Now it's like me getting seen by coaches and all that. And it feels great. Like I feel really humbled by it.
I love it. Staying hungry and humble. I love it.
Yeah, he also I got a chance to see him. I didn't get a chance to see a lot of O'Connor games as far as just watching the whole game through. I saw, spots, but I got a chance to see Ethan at a camp this past spring. Not, yeah, it was spring, right, Ethan?
Yes, sir.
It was going into the summer, and man, he had a great showing. My man was dunking the basketball the way big guys are supposed to do, showing that he has an athletic side to him. Not just he can shoot the ball. He shot the ball very well too. That's what really made me notice him. You got a big. How tall are you? About 6'8", 6'9"?
6'9".
6'9", shooting the ball. I was like, oh man, hey, San Antonio, we got one right here. But again, I swore I thought he was a 25. So man, no, he's a 26. We got 2 good years with this young man, Mike. Ethan, we'll go to our next question, okay? As far as O'Connor, y'all lost a very valuable piece this year. Julian from the middle, he kind of anchored you guys. Now, you got two guys as far as a step up, yourself and Hagan. So as far as you stepping up and me mentioning that, what do you see yourself as the role to kind of fill that void that Julian held down?
Obviously when Julian left, that's some pretty big shoes to fill. I think that's been a main focal point by like a lot of our coaches is like we aren't going to be the exact same team from last year. Like we lost core pieces, and we have to figure out how to build around that, kind of like filling that gap. I think the main way is by knowing that Julian was a big defensive, like he was big on defense, he was big on offense, and he was a problem. And honestly, for me, like going into it, I want to be able to like be a presence in the paint, like really make them focus in. Because the way we were able to score so much last year was by going inside out. Like we were making them fear inside the paint whenever we caught it, and then they would suck in, and then we would hit either a shot out or a shot in. So mainly like just scaring them inside the paint by being a big presence. And defensively with Julian and him being so huge and so wide, I think we definitely had to fill in that defensive gap inside the paint because we got Brennan and Harlan and all of them.
And you mentioned them, so I don't want to. We're not gonna give nobody no bulletin board material. So no, we could. All right, good job. Go ahead, Mike.
So bonus question, right? Speaking of, losing that humongous piece in Julian, right? You guys made a hell of a run last year. Nobody expected it. Nobody saw it. Hell, even after doing it, nobody was even celebrating with you guys and remembering that O'Connor's still in it. What kind of fuel does that give you guys fire coming into this season? Have y'all talked about it?
We've definitely talked about what we did last year going into this year. And yeah, like it was a huge year for us. Like it was historic. Like that's the first we've ever made it. And it felt great. We got a lot of recognition. Like during a preseason game, one player like pointed out, our one teammate, Tristan White, for him, that one 3-pointer. Like our name's going around and it felt great. We know going into this season, we got a lot of pressure on us. Like, we got a lot of people looking at us, trying to shoot us down. And honestly, I think my main goal and hopefully our team's main goal is to keep that like level of pristine, like make sure people want to come after us because like we just got opportunities now from going that far to play against like really good teams now during the preseason. And honestly, it's like a blessing. Like we get to play against good teams, and now even more viewership can come towards us. So like it feels great that we got all this recognition, but we just got to keep pushing it forward.
Good deal. Great answer. So, fun fact, memorable moment. What is your favorite basketball memory on or off the court?
Like during this season or like any
No,
point in time?
just right at any point in time.
Honestly, my favorite moment was when I got like my first in-game dunk. It was like seventh grade summer, and we're going in, and I've been trying to like get the ball in the hoop like forever. And going into that tournament, we were winning by maybe like 15. So coaches said, stay on the half court line, stay there for a while, and we cherry picked. I got all the way in, and I dunked it. It felt great. Like it was like a huge moment for me, and that was like my main way how I got to meet Coach Wasco because he saw it and all that. It felt great.
Did you say seventh grade?
Yes, sir.
And what middle school did you go to?
Uh, I went to it's a weird. I went to a charter school. It's called Great
Okay.
Hearts. We didn't have
Okay.
much school
Okay.
ball, but AAU was my way of playing ball.
Wow, seventh grade, got his first in-game dunk. Wow. Wow. Good stuff.
That is good stuff because at the same time, we don't really get to highlight and see and hear about, a lot of seventh and eighth graders doing that right there. So that's it right there. That's it. So real quick, E, who is your inspiration and your role model and why you play basketball? And why are they your guy? The person could be mom, dad, or just who is your role model?
My main role model, he's my exchange brother. He came all the way from Germany and he lived with us for a year. And when he first came, I didn't really play basketball because like I enjoyed it. I played it because like I was forced to get outside the house. But he showed me that there can be like real fun and real passion to it. He played on the Marshall varsity team while he was there. And he kind of just showed me like what you could do as a basketball player. Cause like me and my friends, yeah, we can like shoot the ball, put in the basket, but like he was doing athletic stuff. Like, he was dunking it. He was like showing like what like the possibilities of basketball could be. And he like really like triggered something in me. Like it's my spark now. Like I really look up to him. He's still like my role model. Like he kind of showed me what an athlete could and should be. And I feel like I'm trying to live up to it because like he inspired me.
That's dope. That's dope. Go ahead,
I
Mike.
love I love those memorable moment stories, man. I do. You never know what you're gonna get. All right. Pre-game ritual. Do you have a pre-game ritual or routine that you do that gets you focused and ready?
I got a pretty basic routine, but I love it personally. I'm dead quiet when it starts going into a game because I like to just lock in on what I'm meant to do, like what our like goals are. Once we get into that locker room, I don't talk. I'm usually just doing a stretch. For some reason, I have to do a calf stretch. I don't know. I don't feel good if I don't do a calf stretch, so that's my thing. And I just listen to music. That's just what I do. That's it.
Ooh, I was waiting for that M word. You said music. All right. What's on that playlist? Well, give me your top five. Well, if we just go through your iPhone, what are we gonna come across?
I listen to a lot of everything. I really enjoy a mix of alt music with a little bit of rap. One of my I'll just say like a band because like I like most of their songs that go together. I don't know if you know Cage the Elephants or like uh yeah, Cage the Elephants, like a main band that I just listened to. One of my favorite songs is called Black Madonna. I really enjoy listening to that song. I don't know why. And Colorado by Milky Chance. That's like the top song for me.
There we go. We got the playlist.
All right. Challenges, facing challenges. How do you stay motivated and overcome obstacles during a tough game?
My main way of staying focused is realizing that one bad game it shouldn't ruin your entire like focal point. Like you have 20 plus games in a season, and honestly, you got to realize that even if you mess up in one game, you have a whole another chance to show what you got in the next game. Like you can't just hold your head down. Like that's a main point for me. Our coach always tells us like we have to have a memory of a dog. Like you just can't like you can't let that sink in. Like you can't just destroy whatever you were going with. Like if you dropped 0 for 3 and you hit one free throw, like it shouldn't just go on to the next game and it's still stuck on you. Like you got to move on, but you also have to learn from it. And I think that's one thing that I've been able to like really learn from Coach Wasco is you just got to learn from your mistakes, but not hold on to them. Like it shouldn't be like an anchor on you.
It's called having a short memory, and you're absolutely right.
Short
You're
memory.
right. That's what it is. Short memory. Don't. Hey man, next play is over. Let's keep going. I love it. Okay, go ahead, Mike.
Leadership. Do you see yourself as a vocal leader or a leader by example? Give me an example on why on the court.
I definitely think this season I'm not much of a vocal leader. We got a lot of seniors this year, and everyone wants to go in out there and help. I think there's just too many chefs in the kitchen. So for me, I find myself more as like a role model or not role model example on the floor because like on defense, like sometimes we get like real sad, like we mess up on a play and we don't get back, or like we do some like real like easy mistake, like you miss the shot and you go fouling for some reason. Like I like to show that if you miss a shot, you just gotta hustle back on D, and you have to show why you're still out there. Like you gotta work hard now because you just messed up. Like on the paint, especially like on defense, I make sure to get out there, box somebody out, like a D. I don't know really how to explain it, but like I just got to show that like you can't knock yourself down out there. Like you have to keep pushing through, and you have to show everybody because you can talk all the time, but actions are bigger than words. So
A leader by example. I
Lead by
absolutely love it.
example. Yep. There you go. That's it. That's it. Lead by example. I love it. I love it. All right, E, fun question. If you were not playing basketball, what sport would you be playing right now?
um, I really love golf, but like I suck at it. Like I'm not good at it like at all, but I really enjoy it. Like I played it twice. I'm really bad, but honestly, besides golf, I like pickleball and I'm kind of good at it. Like I played it once and I'm kind of decent at it. But those are my two.
It's the wingspan for pickleball. That's what makes you good.
Yeah.
Dog. You probably got what, a 7'7" wingspan at least.
That's cheat code on the game right there, man.
Exactly. Exactly. He can cover too much of the little court of pickleball, so it'd be hard to get the ball by him. But go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Team chemistry with either your O'Connor or your Toros, right? Well, no, let's talk about O'Connor. What is one thing that you enjoy most about being part of that O'Connor basketball team?
Honestly, my favorite thing about the team bonding is like we have a lot of camaraderie on our team. Like a lot of the things we do, we don't call it like just some if we mess up on a play, right? Our coach will make sure to be like, "Hey, you're not playing our kind of ball." And for me, that's all on team chemistry. Like we learn how to play as brothers out there. Like we'll go kill each other in practice, but like we all love each other at the end of the day. And that's the one thing I love about our team chemistry is like during this off season, it's all just bonding really. If you really think about it, like we go on these road trips, we have to learn how to play with each other. For me, it's like a great experience because like when I first got there, I was like a stranger. I went to like a real random like middle school and I had to learn from this. But now I'm going into like year three and like I'm really enjoying this. Like this is my favorite part of the year is just bonding with all my friends and they're all my teammates. So it's great.
Wow. Yeah. Love that answer.
So real quick bonus question for you, Ethan. So you went to which Great Hearts did you go to?
Western Hills.
Oh, okay, okay. You didn't go to the main one right now, the one that's in the. As you said, you were in seventh grade, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, okay. Never mind, never mind. 'Cause I thought I was going to ask you about going to the Great Hearts, just actually competing. I can't. The Northern Oaks one.
Oh, I've heard
No,
about them. Yeah.
Yeah, they got a great team. Matter of fact, Mike, we got to get his coach on the line too. But anyway, that's another subject. All right. So game day wisdom. What's the best piece of advice that you've ever received game on during the game day?
Best piece of advice would probably just be, be a sponge out there. Like I learned that in a whole bunch of camps, but like it hits harder like in games because you can be out there and thinking you're having a great game. But let's say like I was late on like some kind of rotation on defense. And, coach is saying, be a little sharper out there. I'm not just gonna brush it off. Like I'm really gonna soak that in, because I think every little part, especially in basketball, it's the details that really matter. So just being a sponge out there, I really need to like listen. If you're saying a play, you really got to focus on what your like position and what your role is for that play. Like I find soaking in information very helpful, and you can't go wrong with it.
Mike?
Man, you know what I heard with that answer, Italy? I heard receptive. I heard coachable. I heard application. That's what I heard from that answer.
Yes, he's a sponge. He's soaking it all in. He's a sponge.
Yeah. So with that, I know earlier you spoke about student athlete and how important the student part is. What advice would you give to younger student athletes on the way up to where you are? And how would you explain the importance about balancing academics with their athletics?
Honestly, my main piece of advice is get way ahead on your academics. Like my freshman year, I didn't understand the importance of it. Like I honestly brushed off the academics part, and I really suffered. Like I almost didn't make the academic stuff, like not being able to play in the team, and I really struggled. Like that was my main struggle. Everything else was fine. It was my academics. So if I were to tell anybody else, I would just make sure like don't play around with the grades. Like get it done with. Like, you don't want that pressure of like trying to turn in your grades. Like now, like I don't even worry about it because like I get it all done. I'm all ahead of time. It's all good. And I have more time to focus on athletics than I do have to like suffer because I'm behind on a whole bunch of late work. Like my main goal is like make sure you get your grades in. Like it kills you if you don't, because they don't care if you drop 20 points out there. If you don't have the right like grades out there, they kick you off.
So are you one of those kids that your GPA and everything is on point and you're exempt from finals at the end of the year and get to chill and relax?
I'm all good with grades, but like the exemption for finals, I'm always traveling during the season. So like I don't get to be exempt. It sucks, but I'm always good on my grades.
Hey, that's some great advice. Again, youngsters, he's telling you get it done early. Don't wait till the last minute. Be ahead of the game. So that's some phenomenal advice for the younger athletes coming up. Thank you.
Yep.
All right, Ethan. We're talking a lot about, basketball, and we're touching on it a little bit. Let's touch on the grades piece. Let's talk about that a little bit more. All right. So with the vigorous schedule you guys have, you guys played 30 plus games last year, by the way. So with doing that and having a deep run in the playoffs where you were playing two important games a week during the playoffs, how did you make sure you maintained your academics and you stayed up on them grades? What was the balance?
Honestly, you got to talk out there. Like your teachers, they have a whole bunch of people in their class. You just got to make sure like be a one-on-one with your teachers, making sure like you're ahead of yourself. You always have to like remind them. Like I had chemistry as my last class, and we're always leaving that class. Like that class is hard. I can't even lie. And like even when I was like talking to her, it's hard to get all the notes in. But as long as you're trying to like stay ahead of the game, like it's a lot easier. Like I would come in early for tutoring and all that, make sure like I wasn't struggling. Cause that's like honestly for me the hardest part for like being a student athlete. So yeah.
Okay. And you did take a hard class, man. Chemistry, your last period.
Yeah.
Do y'all still get homework?
Uh,
She has to actually have to take home, or everything's in class?
Usually you should be able to finish it in class. Like it should be like a
Wow.
rare occasion to take home homework.
Okay. Go ahead, Mike.
Man, but you know what I heard though, I heard advocate for yourself, communicate, right? And the thing about that advocation piece in the classroom is going to correlate on a core with his brothers because you're communicating, you're talking, right? You learn how to speak up with your coach. Hey, coach, I advocation for yourself. It's huge. So that's something else that can go to those younger student athletes too. Learn how to communicate. Don't wait till the last minute. He has given some gems for student athletes of his peers and student athletes on the way up. So Ethan, thank you for sharing those gems, man. Thank you.
Of course.
Italy, you got the fun fact.
Okay. Well, all right, Ethan. Give give the audience a fun fact about yourself that only you know. You know what I mean? Like those really close to you, but let someone know a fun fact about yourself.
Fun fact is I'm pretty good at piano. Like I can play a good bunch of songs on the piano. I used to be a musical talent, but I kind of like let it slide a little when I like went a little harder on basketball. But I used to be able to play like the cello, piano, a little bit of violin, and yeah, yeah, that's it.
Wow, that's that. No, it's still there. It's still there. You just got to unlock it. It
Yeah.
doesn't leave. Your music talents doesn't. They don't leave. So wow. So we learned two great fun facts about you today. You can play pickleball, and now when you play the violin and the piano, is it or the cello? Excuse me. Um, is it classical music only, or you can play a range of music?
I can play like a little bit of everything. Like I don't enjoy playing classical music, but like I could honestly, I can learn a lot of like modern music just by listening to it and then correlating it to like the notes and all that. Like that's how I can like do it.
So you don't need the music sheet. You're telling us.
No, like I could like if
Wow,
you played me a note, I could find it on a key and then I could like kind of like build off of that.
that's dope, man. And
Okay,
that's really hard to do, by the way. You know.
drumline. Okay, drumline.
I know, right? That's really hard to do. That's what I'm saying. That's really hard to do. So, hey, man, shout out to you, man. Hey, again, thank you for allowing us to spend this time. Go ahead, rapid fire. Let's get them.
Hey, real quick before I go into rapid fire, Ethan, are you done growing? Like, what's your projected height?
I'm not even sure. Like I sometimes get growing pains, but like my parents don't believe me anymore, so like I don't know. So maybe like an inch, but honestly, I think my height's fine. I just want to be able to fit like through a door. I don't want to have to like bend my head down.
Now, what are you right now? Like, what are you listed as right now?
Right now, I'm listed as like 6'10" with like a 6'11" wingspan. That's my listed height. And
Wow, amazing. All right, well, E, we knocked out all the questions. Now we're gonna have some fun. Rapid fire segment. You ready?
yes, sir.
Buffalo Bills or the Houston Texans? Who you got today?
I got the
Excuse
Texans.
me. Yeah, that's today. Who you got today?
Texans.
Got the Texans? Okay. Pizza or calzone?
Pizza.
Cheeseburger or chili cheese dog?
Cheeseburgers. Cheeseburgers.
Cowboys or Steelers?
Cowboys.
Okay. Kobe or LeBron?
LeBron. LeBron.
Ooh. Okay. McDonald's or Burger King?
McDonald's.
Whataburger or In-N-Out?
In and out.
Light you up until that answer. Two-part wing question. Hot or barbecue?
Barbecue.
Drums or flats?
Flats.
All right. You back you okay, you back in the graces. Ethan, look here, man. You know I'm gonna be in the gym. I'm a big fan. Again, thank you for taking your time out to come and fellowship with us and allow us to salute you, give you your flowers, and highlight you. Another 26 on the watch list. And get healthy, stay healthy. Go have a phenomenal season, man. I'll definitely see you in the stands.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
And make sure you stretching, Ethan. Make sure you stretching. All right.
Of
That's really
course.
important for you, man. Them hamstrings and them calves. Okay.
Gotcha.
And again, I'm not trying to divulge anything. I'm just that's why I'm telling you that because our previous conversation a little bit. So make sure we get those stretches in. And again, like Mike said, thank you again. And like I told you when I first saw you in the gym that one day, man, I said, hey man, you special. I don't know if you remember our conversation. Do you remember our conversation briefly?
A, a little. A little.
Okay. Okay, yeah. And again, I just was making sure you know, man, we're gonna give you your flowers. Hey man, you're doing a great job. Continue. This is great. Thank you again, Mike, for setting this up. Because again, I would have never got the opportunity to meet this young man in this manner. So thank you again, Mike. Um, hey man, let's just keep doing what we doing, and you keep doing what you doing over there, and we're gonna be there to watch, like Mike said. Okay.
Yeah, I gotcha.
All right.
All
Go
righty,
ahead.
you have a blessed rest of the day, my man.
You too. You too. Appreciate y'all.